Christopher Michael Jackson was born on February 12, 1982 in Lexington, Kentucky. He grew up in Versailles, Kentucky with his parents Debbie and Guy Jackson and his sister Michelle. Michael was very outgoing and loved playing sports.
Michael had that attitude that, hey, I want to be the best. I want to win. And he wanted his teammates to win.
When I think of Michael, I think of that big smile on his face all the time. He liked people and people gravitated to him. But once he stepped on the mat, it was all go.
At Woodford County High School, Michael was extremely proud to be a member of 3 state champion wrestling teams. He was a valued 4-year varsity wrestler, receiving 3 Outstanding Wrestler Awards at the Woodford County Invitational, the South Oldham, and the Bluegrass District tournaments. Michael was the first 2-time winner of the Todd Gordon Dedication Award in his junior and senior years. He placed first and finished his senior season with an exceptional 54-0 record in the 135-pound weight class and was named Honorable Mention High School All-American.
Michael Jackson, Woodford County.
What set Michael apart from many other wrestlers was his exceptional work ethic and determination to perfect his wrestling skills.
Michael put in the work, the extra time to win a state championship.
Top of the world, 2000, 135-pound state champion, Michael Jackson, 54-0.
In addition to sports, Michael was a member of the Versailles Baptist Church. He filled his time with social events and activities and was an exceptional citizen at school, church, and in his community.
He was all in, not only on the wrestling mat, but in the game of life also. When Michael was a senior, we would have the youth come in and work out and practice after our high school group would. And so Michael would always look forward to the time that he could give back to the younger kids in the future. And so that showed a great respect for our program there at Woodford County, and he wanted to keep it on top.
Sadly, at age 20, Michael died in an auto accident on December 15, 2002. To honor his life, his memory, and support Woodford County's exceptional high school wrestling program, Guy and Debbie created the Michael Jackson Wrestling Scholarship. It is awarded each year to one high school wrestler that demonstrates some of the exceptional qualities of Michael. Michael's relentless determination, unceasing work ethic, team spirit, exemplary sportsmanship, and respect for his coaches, teammates, referees, and opponents made him a true champion. The Michael Jackson Wrestling Scholarship, worth $2,500 to assist with tuition, is awarded annually to a Woodford County High School senior wrestler who is planning to attend college. The recipients of this award exemplify the qualities exhibited by Michael as a student, an athlete, and an exemplary citizen at Woodford County High School and within the community. Michael would be proud that this scholarship helps wrestlers further their skills and education. To learn how to apply for the scholarship, see past recipients, and information on how to make a contribution to help us reach our goal, please visit.
Don't ever let anybody tell you high school athletics are not important to the community, to the classmates, and to the family. My name is Alex Green. I'm here today with the coaches and the parents of a Woodford County wrestler that has made an impact on people's lives, that just from the stories I've got to hear and the wrestlers I've got to interview, everybody brings up this wrestler. 2000 state champion from Woodford County, Michael Jackson. Now, you Woodford County guys, you're going to know the 2 people sitting here in these chairs in front of me. We got Coach Carr and Coach Parks. So, Coach Carr, let's start off with you. What do you remember about Michael Jackson coming into the wrestling room?
The thing that left the impression on me was Michael Jackson's enthusiasm for wrestling, for Woodford. I mean, he was just a Woodford man. We are Woodford, just like you hear Penn State. We are Penn State.
Right.
I mean, when you seen him, he's bragging about Woodford. He's got his chest out. He was just a fan of wrestling, and he was just a tough competitor.
Coach Parks, what do you remember about Michael?
I just remember Michael was a hard worker, put the time in, first one in the room, last one to leave. He just, like a sponge, he really soaked up all he could, and his enthusiasm about getting better. He had a history of, he had an uncle that was a state champion, and that was that burning fire in him that he was determined that he was going to be a state champ. And I remember his senior year, the summer before, just traveling all over the country, wrestling in big tournaments, just doing anything he could to get better.
Right, now, we also have Michael's parents. We're going to start with his mother.
Okay.
How does Michael come home from school? Does he say, hey, there's this really cool sport I want to be a part of? Or does he just grow up in the wrestling room like Coach talked about? Or how does he approach you about wanting to be on the team?
Well, I took him to the WCI when
Okay.
he was in the 5th grade. And we went to watch his cousin, who was also a state champ, Matt Hecker. And he really got enthusiastic about wrestling. In fact, when they had a break, he went down and started wrestling on the mat and with another kid his age. And then that summer, he went to Coach Carr's camp, and then he started wrestling in the 7th grade.
My goodness. So, Michael's dad as well, these gentlemen, these coaches have said to your son, determination. Is that something that did he have that natural? Did you instill that in him? Where do you think he got that from?
I think he got it from both his mom and his dad.
Okay, good answer.
He had so much desire to win,
Right.
and he was willing to sacrifice to win. He knew that the residual behind doing all the hard work would equal out to greatness. And he personified that his senior year, because he made a decision and came to me and said, I can't play football my senior year and be the best wrestler in the state of Kentucky.
I can understand that.
And I said, well, you need to go talk to your football coaches, tell them what you've got in mind, and then turn around and go talk to Coach Carr and Coach Parks and map out something to do. And that's what Coach Parks was saying, that he wrestled across the U.S. between his junior and senior year, camps, clinics, tournaments. Thanksgiving weekend, 2 weeks before the season opens, we're in Birmingham, Alabama at the National High School Preseason Tournament, and he finishes second.
My goodness.
And a week later, we went to Ohio University for a tournament, and he came out a winner there. And then he started to run in his high school year and he was unflappable. We didn't discuss at 25-0, we didn't discuss it till after we got back from the Greenville tournament. And I said, man, you're unbeaten. He said, it's one match at a time.
And we're actually going to go over a few records. In Michael's senior season, 1999-2000, he was 54-0. Which I know you guys can speak to that, but you guys went to some good tournaments, didn't you, coaches?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We tried to, that was kind of our philosophy, is just try to go wrestle the best. We didn't want a kid going to the state tournament undefeated and not tested. So if you were undefeated going into the state tournament, you had wrestled good competition being at Woodford County.
There's no doubt about that. Now, I've got him on the team in 1997, 112 pounds. Woodford County wins the team championship. You guys had a big hand. I think that was probably your 7th or 8th team title that year. In 1998, he makes it to the state tournament, 119 pounds. 1999, he comes in 3rd at 130. And then his senior year in 2000, 135 pounds, which when you guys see the video, he's a monster, 130. He's probably one of the biggest 135s I've ever seen. But he's also on the team, state champions that year, Ryan Lugers, and John Gentry. Ryan Luger's at 125 and John Gentry at 145. And I think it was either Cody Lewis or your nephew Rusty. We were either on camera or off camera. They were talking that Woodford's philosophy each year was to get at least 10 on the podium.
Right, right. We always felt like that if we had 10 state placers, we would win a team title. So, and you know, if you placed high enough, maybe you didn't have to have 10, but that was always our goal, to have 10 on the podium.
Let's go over Michael's bracket real quick. The first round, he wrestles Matt Palmer from Louisville Trinity. He wins that by a tech fall by 18-3 score. Now, Coach Carr, when somebody wins by a tech fall, do you just, he's a senior, do you just say, hey, work for the pin, work for the tech fall, you want him to work, get some work in? What's the mindset on getting a tech fall?
And it's state tournament time. Get on the mat and get off the mat.
Get on the mat, get off the mat. I got you.
You can pin them.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to take no chances.
I totally understand. In the quarterfinals, he's wrestling Brandon Culver from South Oldham. Brandon comes in 6th. He gets a fall in 2 minutes and 28 seconds. We get to the semifinals. He's wrestling Jeff White of Hoptown. Now, you guys will know Hopkinsville in the 90s, early 2000s. I mean, it was Woodford County, St. X, and Hoptown just about every year in the top 5 of the state. He wins that by a major decision, 14-2. We get to the state finals, and he's wrestling William Farrington of Wayne County. Now, it does not have William's record, but you know, a Danny Upchurch team, they're going to get a lot of matches in too, right there on the Tennessee border. They're going to travel Tennessee, Virginia, all these other states. So we know that Woodford County, back when you guys were there and even today, they're probably one of the most technically sound teams in the state. When you were wrestling at Wayne County, we know Wayne County, you know, they lock up, they're going to try to throw you to the moon. What was your game plan going in for Michael?
Yeah, well, we always knew that and preached that to our kids that, hey, you don't have to lock up with these guys, out-technique them. One thing about Farrington is that year, Michael wrestled him in December to a close match, beat him, and then the weekend before the state tournament, he wrestled Farrington in the finals of the regional tournament and won 4-2. Oh my. So we knew that it was going to be a battle. But Michael always had that confidence that he knew that he was going to make it happen.
And I think the big thing, you know, as far as strategy was to control the tie-up and attack the legs. And, you know, those guys are usually going to be weak on the legs if they're strictly upper body. Right.
Now, Mom, I got to ask you, he's in the state finals. He's in the regional finals, all these finals of tournaments. Are you nervous? Can you watch? Are you hiding your eyes? Kind of walk us through, because a lot of moms have different responses to the way, you know, watching their son wrestle.
I was always a nervous wreck.
I can believe that.
But I was kind of frozen. I would sit there in the bleachers. I did yell, you know, when he made points, but I was usually frozen.
I can understand. Now, Dad will ask you the same question. When your son's out there wrestling, are you yelling? Are you quiet? Are you stoic? How was your demeanor whenever he was out on the mats?
I was filming.
Was you filming? Okay.
Yeah, and that's how I kept my mouth shut.
I can understand. I mean, you've got two of the best coaches in Kentucky history in the corner, so he's in good hands.
He was.
He was in good hands. All right, now we're going to get the video set so the family and coaches can watch it, and as always, we're going to let them, I'm going to kind of step back. We're going to let Coach Parks and Coach Carr just kind of narrate, and Mom and Dad can jump in where they feel like it. But again, I can't say thank you enough to Coach Carr and Coach Parks and Michael's mother and father for being here today. My heart is just overjoyed, because we know that this series means a lot to a lot of people, and Kentucky wrestling's finally getting celebrated like it should have.
Yes.
I feel that, you know, Kentucky wrestling, we're as good as anybody. We're not going to lead, you know, second or third place. We're going to be out in front of everybody, and that's what this series is. And stories like this, coaches like this, families like this is what is making this series what it is, and letting you guys see not just Kentucky but around the United States. There's a Bulgarian Olympian from 1996 that watches the videos. He reached out.
Oh my goodness.
So his name's Ivan I'm probably mispronouncing that last name. He owns Supple's training products.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure if you've wrestled, you know about Supple.
Is that in Ohio?
Somewhere,
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly where, but it's stories like this, families like this, coaches like this, wrestlers that can leave a legacy like Michael Jackson has that makes this series so special. So we're going to get the TV set up. We'll see you guys there. Now, in the other two videos, 97 and 98, you had your state championship medal. Mm-hmm. You won a state championship medal, but if you would tell us the story about where that championship medal is. Now, before you start, this is why sports mean so much to people that were involved, whether you competed against somebody, competed with somebody. Sports means a lot to a lot of people, and this is one way that sports means a lot to Chris. Go ahead, bud.
It's going to be hard.
It's okay.
I had a really good friend that I wrestled with most of my life that was killed in a car accident, and that medal is with him. So I believe it was the only thing that they buried him with.
Thank you for sharing that story, man. I really appreciate that. So you win a state championship medal, and your friend is buried with it forever.
Yeah.
What a great memento.
Yeah.
What a great way to immortalize wrestling. And that's one of the reasons I love doing this story, or these video series, is for stories like this. Now, I didn't know that before we met. He told me that off camera, but it's such an amazing story. I'm so grateful that he shared it. Thank you.
His name was Michael Jackson. Most of you that know me know him. Was a great guy, was a state champ at Woodford County as well.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, he would always say his little prayer before he starts. Yeah.
He's a monster 135.
Yeah.
Under the lights at Frankfurt.
He's trying to control the tie here. He's not in position yet.
Looks like a fire hydrant.
Yeah. Powerful.
Yeah, you can tell. What was his Coach Carr? What do you think Michael's best takedown was?
He had a nice little fireman's carry, but he's going to pound you.
Right.
He's going to control that famous right hand here. Elbow pass should be right there.
Now, Under the Lights at Frankfurt was the best atmosphere the KHSAA ever put on. The dungeon was just a magical place.
It was. There was not a bad seat in the place. It was kind of straight up, so everybody could see really well. And it was a neat atmosphere.
All right, trying for that trip right there. Wayne County's either going to trip you or throw you. I mean, and they're good at it.
And Wayne County's controlling the tie-up right here. Now Mike's getting there. Nice great. Snap. There we go. Hit in the hole, front headlock. You should be running.
Keep spinning, keep running.
Go.
He should get this. Run, he needs to run. Slide, go. It's there.
Mom, are you nervous watching?
Yeah.
All these years later?
Yes, I am.
There you go.
There it is.
First two.
Little Grammy roll. Oh, caught it. Okay, good.
So again, this is their third time wrestling this year, and the first two were close matches. Michael won by 2 points, so kind of feeling each other out.
Ankle right there. No pressure forward, though. Go cross lifting double. Oh, I should have lifted him with a double.
Drive.
Push Mike
Got
drive.
half in.
He's got the drive.
End of the period. All right.
Okay.
Now, the video that I got, it doesn't show, but was Michael a down guy, an up guy? Did he look to you guys? What was his strategy there? Do you remember?
Mostly on the feet.
Okay. So he lets him up, 2-1.
He's got to keep that collar tie off. He's not beating that hand. There you go, snap. Woo.
All right, we're out.
Oh, nice sweep.
Nice
There
shot.
it is.
Pick it up. Oh, nice.
Good job.
Pressure forward. Got to get weight on his hand. Switch here. Take your head up. Head across.
Hit across.
You got to bring his head up. Back door. Lifty, Michael. Keep it.
Nice.
Oh, nice right there. There's his 2.
And that's something I've said in other videos. As you can tell, Woodford County was a few years ahead of the curve on like the chain wrestling.
Get your head up. Circle. All right, smart.
So we got you 4-2.
God, he's big.
He's a monster. So, Dad, are you filming this match from your seat, or?
I was down near the mat.
What, back near the mat? Gotta go.
Trying to get in that upper body
Yep.
situation, isn't he?
Sure is.
Circle.
We're out.
Let's go, Woodford.
Yep. Now he's like an arm pinch right there, Coach.
Well, yeah, the Wayne County guys got an underhook and we got an overhook.
Yep.
And Michael's biting down on that elbow.
All right, so he takes down. What was Michael's best, just
Probably stand up.
Stand up, I
Straight stand
think.
up?
Yeah.
He got a caution. Come on, what we done? Bad coaching.
Right, up
Back,
good.
watch the upper
Yeah.
body. Watch the upper body. Wizard.
No change. Yeah.
No change.
Hand control. Keep it.
He's trying to stand up, looks like.
Cross. Ooh, nice. And sprawled out.
Crossface.
Crossface, yeah. Lift the head up. Break the grip. He's gonna
Nice.
should get 2 here. You got a pancake as well coming here or spin behind. You can whip him to his back right
I
there.
think they gave me his reversal right there.
Yeah, 6-2.
6-2.
Weight on his hands. He's not getting to get that bait. Get out there. Get out.
So he gets his 1. I got it 6-3.
6-3, yep.
Now you guys have been in the corners for a lot of state champions that are, either in the 3rd period or up. What are you telling your wrestler right here, knowing he's up 6-3 with short time?
Basically right here, man, you just don't make no mistake. You keep busy hands, snapping, and take easy takedowns.
Be smart. Be smart.
Yeah.
Don't want to force anything.
And desperation time, a team that throws, hey, this is coming.
Yes. And he knows it. Blocking the crotch.
Yep.
We
So
got,
we got a point there. So
Yep.
6-4.
6-4, yep. Here's the Woodford County crowd counting it down. There it is. Final score, 6-4.
yeah.
My goodness. He wrestled good.
Yeah, wrestle smart. He wrestled a smart, solid match.
And goes over and shakes Danny up church.
Yeah.
6-4 final score.
Right.
All those years in the weight room, mat room paid off. All those, like I said, trips to Alabama, Ohio, all that.
Right.
So, Mom, we'll start with you. Watching it back, did anything play out differently than what you remembered, or was it about the same, or were you still as nervous now as you was then, or?
I was nervous watching it again.
I can understand. Dad, same thing. Did it play out differently than you remembered, or?
No, not really. I know when he started at the state, he came in 50-0, and he said his goal was to be a state champion. And that meant he was going to be 54-0, and he wasn't going to let it pass. And he had the opportunity, and he made it. He had great coaching, unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
When I took Michael into the wrestling room as a freshman, he was a young boy, but he graduated a man. And it was because of these two gentlemen right here that they gave him all the love and the instruction and the time, and you know, seeing him win that state title and go unbeaten, from then on he was fine. You know, he had accomplished that goal he set.
And that's something that so many Woodford County, you know, we've met with JoJo Carr, we've met with Ian Horn, met with Rusty from 2004, Harrison Courtney, Josh Campbell, Josh Whitaker, you know, some of the Chris Dunn, some of the legends of Woodford County wrestling, and they've all said either on camera or off camera just how big of an influence that, you know, Coach Parks and Coach Carr was. And they same thing, they come in, you know, wide-eyed freshmen, wide-eyed 8th graders, 7th graders. When they come out, they left as men. They left as, we're ready to take on the world. If we can, you know, go through a Woodford County wrestling practice, life is going to be easy. You know, the rest, it's bring it on. There's nothing you can throw at me that I've not already seen in wrestling. Now, of course, this is a memorial video. We said earlier, Michael tragically passed away in 2002. We're not going to go into the details. That's not what this video is. And you guys are seeing a photo of it. In Woodford County's wrestling room, there's a state outline cut out with Michael's accolades on it, his years and all that. It's right there. If you know about Woodford County's wrestling room, it's right before, it's on the wall as you go out from the mat room into the gym on that back side where the trophy case is. It's right there on the mats. You know, Cody Lewis, current coach at Woodford County, talked about, you know, how big of an influence he was. Chris Dunn, Chris Dunn's 1999 state championship medal is in the coffin currently with Michael, and just how much, you know, Michael meant to him. I can't thank this family enough, these coaches. We've got one more thing to do. I'll let you guys go down the line, whoever wants to start. There's a scholarship in Michael's honor. Whoever wants to start can tell us about that. Go ahead.
After Michael died, we established Michael Jackson Wrestling Scholarship. And we have awarded 20 scholarships in 20 years. And we look at the qualities of the recipient. We are looking for leadership, and we're looking for work ethic, and because Michael worked really hard to get better, and perseverance and good sportsmanship.
Right, my goodness. Coach, anything about the scholarship that you'd like to add?
Well, it's a special time given to a senior each year, and it really means a lot to the kids to have an opportunity to win that scholarship. It's money to help them go to college throughout their college career, and it's very much appreciated by the families of the recipients, for sure.
And we actually have a recipient here today. We're going to let the recipient come and just kind of say a few words. You guys have already seen his video from 2018, Tylan Tucker. He was a recipient. He's here today. We're at George Rogers Clark High School. There's a camp going on. And one of your, well, I guess he started in your program, but you guys had since kind of retired. He was currently, and like I said in the video, he's Woodford County's last state champion, but he's not going to be the only last. I mean, there's Woodford, you never count Woodford out. I mean, Cody and those guys down there, they're really, and plus the legacy you guys laid. So we're going to get Tylan in here, say a few words, and then we're going to end the video. We have one of the recipients of the Michael Jackson Scholarship Fund. If you would, introduce yourself.
My name is Tylan Tucker. I'm a former wrestler in Woodford County. I am the 2018 recipient of the Michael Jackson Wrestling Scholarship.
And this is a phenomenal award. So I have to ask, you guys earlier, you mentioned about leadership, what it means to be a Woodford County wrestler, about going into the scholarship. Is the scholarship, is it awarded like after the season? How is that? How's the process on that?
Yes, it's awarded
Okay.
in May, right before the seniors graduate.
Right.
And then we celebrate in the summer and take a picture and get a trophy. And
yeah, and then of course, hold that trophy up so you can. Of course, you guys will see a photo of it. That's it's kind of like the old state most outstanding wrestler trophy.
It's called the classic.
Yeah.
It's called the classic.
And you know, of course, you guys know. In case you don't know, Tylan went on to wrestle in college 4 years. I can't think of, when I think of Woodford County, I think wrestling. And I can't think of, anything else, leaving that mat room and then going on out into the world and continuing to wrestle. So you were able to wrestle at Woodford County, state championship. You won the Michael Jackson scholarship, and then you continued on wrestling. But, I mean, that's the way it should be. Give, and this family has, put this scholarship forward, and it's meant a lot to a lot of people, I'm sure, and it's going to continue to mean a lot to a lot of people, as the legacy of Michael Jackson should. Now, we're going to wrap this one up. I think this is a good place to end. Thank you to Michael's mother and father, Coach Parks, Coach Carr. Thank you to Tylan for bringing the trophy today and doing this video. Again, my heart is just overjoyed, letting the family get to do this and tell Michael's story so the rest of the world, the rest of the state, and those that love Michael and knew Michael, was on the team with him, shared the mat room, whatever it is, can have this and cherish it forever. And just let everybody know that Kentucky wrestling, we're going to lead from the front. Go ahead, Coach Carr.
Thank you, Alex, for all that you're doing for wrestling. These video memories are awesome. I even saw some of your officiating videos, and those are great. Continue to be great.
It's really impacting. It's so cool for kids of today to be able to go back and see some of the wrestlers that they've heard of, but didn't have that opportunity to see. So this is a tremendous opportunity for the whole wrestling community in Kentucky to be able to see these outstanding wrestlers. So thank you for your time and effort.
Listen, this is a labor of love, and I will end it on a funny note. 1993, Joe Carr wins his first state champion. He's an 8th grader. Somebody does a backflip. We're not going to say who it is, but his name might be Joe Carr Sr. And we've got we got a news clip of it, and we've got the actual video on the side. So we didn't know Coach Carr was also a gymnast. So it was kind of funny to see. And if you've ever been to a wrestling meet, we love him, but Coach Carr is a little bit animated in the corner. I think he's done a backflip or two on me a few times. But, we love him. That's the community that you get. Met myself as a referee, a wrestler, coaches, parents. We're a closed community, but we're a big community. We're a loving community. And we know what everybody goes through, and we just want to be able to celebrate the Kentucky history as best as I know how. And I think this is my contribution, and I'm just glad everybody's enjoying it. That's all we got. Thank you again to Michael Jackson's family, Coach Carr, Coach Parks, Tylan for being here. We'll see you guys on the mats.